Too hot. That is.
It is.
All too true here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Welcome back to the Mix Show, and we're here every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's Eastern Time. We appreciate you folks streaming us on Ustream.
Yes.
If you're listening to the radio stream and you want to watch the show, your keyword search there is going to be the Mix Show Cam. You can see Eemia and I. And coming up now, we have a guest. Her name is Sharon Lynne Wyeth. Maybe, maybe not. Hello? Yeah.
Having a technical issue.
Yeah, we sure are.
You could launch a missile with that phone.
Well, I don't know. It worked fine for Wolfman Jack back in 1962. Can't understand why it's not working now. So, we will do our best to get Sharon back up on the air.
Somebody, yeah. There we go.
Ms. Wyeth?
You got me.
All right. Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Welcome to the Mix Show. Yes, this is me.
That's her, and I am me.
And what did you say, my name?
Yeah, I'm Amy.
Yeah, that's my name. I just spell it backwards for the radio, so.
It's her showbiz name.
It's my showbiz name, but yes, that's my name.
And we'll talk to you about that as well. Showbiz names versus real names. And
okay, so what's the showbiz name if it's not Amy?
The showbiz name is Eemia, E-E-M-I-A. My name, my birth name is spelled A-I-M-E-E.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I listened to your interview. I'm fascinated with you.
Well, we've all listened to it.
I am fascinated.
We've been on your site. We've heard you speak on other programs, and we really wanted to get in touch with you, have you appear on the Mix Show. We think that your book and the topic of Neimology? Neimology,
I guess.
Yes, but I pronounce it Neimology.
Neimology.
I trademarked the word name, and so we use the Latin root for the word name.
Oh. That's awesome.
So I thought it was...
actually, my dad came up with that.
Your dad. And what was his name?
His name's Donald Wilson, and he's a physician. And it was so funny because he goes, what are you always working on? Every time I call, you're working on the same thing. And so I told him what I was doing, and he says, well, that doesn't sound very scientific to me. And I said, Dad, I'm doing all scientific process. And then he says, like what? Show me. So I said, tell me the name of somebody you know and I don't. Let me tell you about him. Well, I did 5 of them in a row, and he gave me the 6th name, and I said, Dad, how many is it going to take? 6, 60, 600?
Right.
How many is it going to take? And he goes, okay, I get the point. And then he says, well, it's interesting, but I'm not going to support you in this. And I said, hey, you don't have to. And then he says, well, what are you calling it? So I said, I don't know yet. And so he came up with the name, and I think it's so ironic that he came up there with the name when he didn't want to support me in it.
That's amazing. That's wonderful.
Well, he raised a heck of a daughter, though.
Sure
Come on,
did.
let's give you some credit, please. I mean, graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in mathematics at the age of 20. You began teaching in public schools. You obtained a Master of Arts degree as well. Master of Arts degree. Please define what that would be.
School administration.
Oh,
okay. School administration with an emphasis in math.
Okay.
Which hurts my head.
Okay. So
Math is not my strong focus, I will tell you, Sharon.
Well, when I saw Master of Arts, I thought, well, geez, I can spend the next 2 hours talking to her about Picasso. But, instead, that's not what it's about. So I screwed up there, and I apologize for my ignorance. But
and it's funny because I raced home tonight to make sure I'd be here for you. Because one of the classes, I currently teach at both the community college and a 4-year university, and one of my classes on Wednesday nights is I'm teaching future teachers how to teach math so that it's fun and you can learn it.
That's great, because if you can do anything to make math more fun, I'm all for it, because it was always a drag to me.
Well, I look at it that if I could learn it, anybody can.
Yeah,
that's
the best way to teach. You can just let people know that if I can learn it, you can too.
Yeah.
But let's go back to Neimology. Neimology, the science, is the study of the placement of letters in a name and how they interact with each other to divulge hidden secrets about someone's character. So, since I'm hosting the show, I'll let you go ahead and skewer me. I've got thick skin, so again, you take quite a bit for you to offend me. So feel free to go ahead and now. Do you need my birth name, my full name, the one my parents gave me? Is that correct?
You gave it to me in an email.
Well, I know, but my parents gave it to me first. So that's the one. That's the name you want. You don't want my stage name. You don't want my radio name. You just want.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'll give you some of what your birth name tells me, and then I'll tell you some of what you present as because you go by your stage name and what the differences are. How does that sound?
Sounds good. All right. So at the time of my birth and on my certificate, it says Michael McGovern.
Okay, so what that tells me is that you're very family-oriented. Family takes up a great deal of your time. Everything that goes good, you give family credit for. Everything that goes bad, you blame on family. It's like, oh my gosh, they're in the way. Look at how much time they're taking. And yet, you want them to take a lot of your time because they're the most important people in the world to you. You have a tendency to make things harder than it needs to be. And so you always wonder, do I need to be in charge here? Do I need to go with the flow? Which way do I go? Do I let go here or do I need to pull back and be in charge? In your name also it says that you're going to take care of you first so then you can take care of others. And it's just like when you're on the airplane and they tell you to put your own oxygen mask on first and then put on somebody else's. Okay? And so you're able, therefore, to get things done because you say, how it is for me, I want it for everybody else also. You have a really nice, strong ego in there. And the part I love about your name is it says, I know how to work, but I don't want to work all the time. I'll just work as hard as I have to work. And then when I'm done, I'm done. But I'm not going to do anything more than what I really feel like I have to.
Oh, you are dead on. We have the missus sitting in the studio.
My wife is over in the corner just giving you both thumbs up. Okay, all right.
Great.
Now, your stage name.
Okay, listen, I was a doubting Thomas the whole week. I wanted to punch holes in your theory and put you to the test.
He's
all
like
in
that.
All in good fun. But no, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to shut up.
Wow.
The thing that caught me the most is when you said, take care of yourself first, then take care of others, because that's always been my motto. That's always been my motto. Mm-hmm. Take care of yourself, make sure you are sufficient, then you can reach out to others and help them. And that's the way it is. And yeah, the whole thing about the family is dead on. If we had a couch in here, I could lie down and complain about my parents, and this and that. But I do have siblings that I love very much, and I like to keep them close. And if they're in pain, if they're going through some troubles, I kind of experience that. I feel for them, and I want to, see if I can help them. So, okay, all right, yeah. So far, so good.
Now, the coolest thing about your name is you ought to age a little slower than everybody else around you. In other words, you're not going to show your age as quickly as other people are that are the same age.
You mean physically or just personality-wise?
Physically.
Oh, I don't know. Are you watching me on Ustream?
Nope. I'm just looking at your name and the letter combinations.
Okay, well, there's your first mistake, because I get the senior discount when I go into restaurants, and I'm not even 50 yet, okay? So there's a problem there.
Well, they're just being nice. They give it to me too, and I'm not there yet. But it's because young kids don't know anymore. The minute you have white hair, they don't realize that you could have had that since you were 30, and they just say, "Oh, white hair, senior discount." And I think, okay, if you're not smart enough to ask, then I'm not smart enough to tell you that I'm not a senior yet.
I like the way your mind works.
See, that's exactly what it was. I'd say they wouldn't even ask me for ID. They just give me the senior discount. I'm thinking, okay, I could complain. I could tell them I'm insulted, but I just got 10% off, and I'm just going to go sit down and eat.
Heck yeah!
All right, so that's a ringer right there. Good.
Now, your stage name is really interesting because your stage name says, I'm concerned for everybody. It's like all my listeners are family, and at the same time, I want to be the one in charge. I don't want my listeners to tell me what to do. I want to still be in charge, okay? And I love your stage name because it says, I'm going to come across as smart. I'm going to convince everybody out there that I have intelligence, and it screams from your stage name.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Well, and when I'm on stage, I scream. So, yeah, I don't know how smart I come off, but I definitely scream to make an impact on people. So, okay, all right. I'm all right. I'm cool. I'm good with this. All right. Like I said, I was very doubtful. Okay, now the wife. Do you need her maiden name or her married name, or does it say two different things about her?
It says two different things.
Okay. Maiden name Lois Jacobs.
Okay, and then she's got your last name now.
And now she has my last name. Correct.
Okay, so Lois came into the world with self-confidence. She knows who she is. She's able to delegate. She's able to tell other people what to do. But she does it in such a nice way that everybody loves her and doesn't mind being bossed around by her. And yet she's very orderly, and she can get anything done and accomplished. She's very independent. She knows how to work, and when there's stress or something that really needs to get done, she will pitch in and come through. Okay? She knows how to delegate. She knows how to be likable when she's doing it. It's like, how do you get away with that? Telling people what to do, and they thank you for it. I mean, it's just amazing. In her family, when she was growing up, somebody didn't have self-confidence. It had to be mom or dad, because it's in the last name, which represents our environment. And it says then that from her parents, she would have constantly gotten pushed that she has to know her own self-worth, because one of her parents had that as a concern that they didn't want to share, or they didn't want people to realize that that was a concern. So they would have really pushed her to be independent, to be very nurturing, but very knowledgeable, very solid in who she is. Now, when she got your last name, it's like she married the whole clan of you instead of just you. She married your family.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. You hit the nail on the head there.
That's great.
Okay. Yeah, dead on. Yeah, and the whole thing about the parent. Oh, we were just talking about this last night. Okay. Never mind. I won't go into detail because I don't want to embarrass anybody in case they're listening. But yeah, you're absolutely, you're dead on. Dead on. So wait, do you think we're a match?
When I look at it, the answer is yes, as long as you let her be in charge of what she wants to be in charge of.
Yay! We're getting a big thumbs up and a smile.
That what she wants to be in charge of is me, and I got a problem with that. I'm sorry. Give me a break. The answer is no.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. So you got my wife. You got me.
All right, it's my turn now.
Now let's go to Amy, and I have been waiting all week to hear this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I have a couple of names. My birth name was Amy Stuyvesant. Amy Balliard.
Yeah, let's go with your first.
Amy Balliard was my maiden name, and my first name is spelled Aimee.
Okay, so let's take your name apart so your listeners that know people that have letters in the same places can say, I know somebody like that, I know somebody like that. Okay? So I'm going to take your name apart and show you where I'm getting everything from.
Yes.
Okay.
Your first letter is an A. It's the first letter, and it's also the first vowel. So anybody who has the first letter and the first vowel of an A, for any of your listeners, these are your workaholics. They work and work and work and work and work until the task is done, and then they drop.
Yeah, that's...
And then,
wow.
When you can get on the couch and you're finally done and you're down on the couch, if you could get somebody else to go to the bathroom for you, you would, because once you're down, you're down.
You are, oh, wow. Ring, ding. That was, yes.
Okay? It also means that A in that position, it means that we're oversensitive to criticism because you work so hard that you want praise and thank you more than money. And when you don't get that, you say, okay, what happened here? And what really happens is you see what needs to get done and able to get the job done because you're so task-oriented there. And then when other people don't get their parts done, they go home. You stay and work. This needs to get done. That needs to get done. I got to get this done. All of this needs to be done by tomorrow.
Oh, my gosh.
You get it all done. Then